Hey guys, Coach Lajuana here. Just to give you guys a bit of an update on what's been going on in my life. I'm in this beautiful beach right now. It's so peaceful. It's not too many people here. You guys know my story. Most of y'all know. Y'all know that ever since last year, I got out of a narcissistic marriage, and I've been out ever since last February. And so it's been hell to try to rebuild my life. I'm not going to joke about that. Anybody that is leaving a narcissistic marriage, you got to make sure you plan strategically with God. And even when you do that, it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be monumentous if you don't do it with God. It's going to be like climbing Mount Everest without God. I'm just loving this peace that I'm in, because I haven't had consistent peace for 4 years, I think it was. And so to be here in this peace is just taking it in, because I lost my peace when I was married to that person. And the Lord, delivered me out of that marriage, and it's almost like right after the divorce, He just pushed me into ministry. I've been a coach for almost 10 years. I was doing that for a long time, but the ministry thing, I just was like, Lord, am I ready to do this now? And so I started on TikTok, and then He told me to come on YouTube, I think in February this year. And I gained a lot of subscribers pretty quickly with me speaking about narcissism and just giving words of revelation, prophetic words. And I love you guys, and I miss y'all. I haven't been consistently posting because I've been healing too. And that's one of the things that God had to get me to do, was listen to Him, because I'm such a person that's like go, 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 go. But my body was starting to break down. My mind was starting to break down because I was doing so much. I was going live every week. I was going live on TikTok, on YouTube. I was doing ministry every day, coaching. 15-minute sessions. I don't know, I was doing 5 of those a day, on top of ministry, on top of coaching, on top of just having my regular everyday life and studying and learning, going into the Word and healing. It was so many things at once. I started to crash. And so even in your purpose, you could crash. I learned that too. And God just told me a couple of months ago, actually He told me in April, He said, my people are entering into a season of rest. And my mind and body have been in such a state of survival. I was in survival mode for years and didn't know it until I came out. And I was living like a nomad, like a person who didn't have a home. I was going from place to place. I was all over. I was in isolation. The wilderness season is no joke. This humidity and this water and everything that messed up my hair, but I don't care, because I'm talking to my peoples. But I missed you guys, and I wanted to give you guys an update. So one of the reasons I haven't been on consistently is because I was healing. The Lord was speaking to me about how I didn't really process, I didn't really grieve the loss of everything that I'd gone through. I was looking at old pictures of me before I had gotten to the marriage, of how youthful, how vibrant I looked. And then when I was in the marriage, I had all these black, it's just black shadows under my eyes, and I just looked like I was gone. My face looked sunken in, I just looked so washed out and stressed, and my nervous system was shot. I had brain fog, a lot of stomach problems. You guys know who are in narcissistic marriages, or if you got out of one, even your family could have been narcissistic. You still have the same symptoms because it's still the same demonic spirits that are operating. And I was so messed up and didn't even know that I had lost myself. I mean, it was a short marriage, it's only 3 years, but it felt like it took 30 years of my life. And even now, I'm still rebuilding my life, even now. I've been out of it for a year and change, and I still feel like I'm still doing things. So the Lord has spoke to me. He said, you know, he told me to stop coming on social media, stop posting, stop filming, because I have to heal. And he was like, if I have a mind of go, 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 then when he's speaking to me, when my body needs time to recover, my brain, my spirit, everything needs time to recover, I'm not going to be able to recover. I'm not going to be any good to you guys if I can't receive from the Lord. So I'm not going to be good to myself, my family, the people that love me, if, you know, if I'm not listening to him. I have to be obedient. Partial obedience is still disobedience. When the Lord tells you to do something, you got to just go and do it. Not when you feel like doing it. So me and him was going through a struggle. I was like, he was just telling me to stop, and I was like, no, you know. And so my body was like crashing, so I had to stop, you know. And then as I started to heal and I started to go deeper in the Lord, you know, an incredible opportunity came up for me to move. And I moved out of New York, and I'm not going to share where I am just yet. But I'm in a beautiful place. I literally live minutes away from the beach, and it's amazing. I love it. It's so peaceful here. I never lived here before, but it's such an amazing state, and I love it. And my son is here with me, even though he doesn't like live with me right now. He will. He's going to school, doing the stuff they working and all that stuff, you know, stuff that kids do when they get older. But I love living out here, and I love that God brought this opportunity to me to move, because I wasn't thinking about moving from New York like right away. I still was healing and still processing, but in the midst of me healing and processing, God was like, okay, it's time to move. And I was just like, okay. And so now that I'm here, I'm like, oh my goodness, I should have been left. You know, I'm just so happy to be here. So I had to move, and that took time as well. And to create too, in the midst of me healing and not being on YouTube, I had to create too, move, and process what this channel is. Because I don't want this to be a channel that I'm just doing stuff for clicks and views, because that's not who I am. I've never been like that. I'm never going to be like that. God doesn't give me a word every single day to pop on here and do that. That's not what he does with me. And so I want to be authentic in everything that I do. And I read all of your messages and your emails, and I appreciate all the donations that you guys have given me, because, I mean, everything helps me. Words, kind words, blessings, prayers. I mean, I need it. Because what I'm doing is something that I've never done before. And even the work, how I'm able to, you know, create these diagrams and stuff like that that the Lord had given me. It's a unique gift. And I've been creating a lot for you guys. I've been creating some incredible coaching programs that teaches you how to build intimacy with the Lord, heal from narcissistic abuse, create healthy boundaries. And I got another program that talks about really healing from cognitive dissonance and like the mental abuse that comes from narcissistic abuse, because it's a spiritual attack. We know that these people have Jezebel, they have Leviathan, they have Legion, they have so many other demons these narcissists have. It's almost like you can't even count them. But what it does to us is not only a spiritual attack, it attacks our minds. It attacks our belief in ourselves. It attacks our self-esteem. and everything that God created us to be. It's a full assault on our soul when we get into these narcissistic relationships and these spiritual contracts that are not of God. And then what we have to do is heal. We have to separate ourselves from these people and heal. And 99.9% of them don't change. They just don't. They don't have a desire to. Because in their minds, they're wired for evil. They have reprobate minds, like the Bible says, and they have stony hearts, like the Bible says. So if you have a combination of a person whose mind is wired for evil, their conscience is seared, and also their hearts are stony, how are you going to be able to logically speak to a person? How are you going to be able to share your heart with them, share your mind, and how they're, inflicting pain on you to actually get compassion from these people? You can't. And I understand that people talk a lot about how God hates divorce. He does. But God hates abuse as well. When God puts a man and a woman together for his purposes, he has a specific purpose for that man and that woman before they were even born. We're talking about when God puts a man and a woman together. Every couple that get married is not a couple that God puts together. And I think we need to understand that. A lot of people are staying in these narcissistic marriages because they think, oh, God hates divorce, so I got to stay in and take abuse. No. The Lord knew exactly what he was doing when he told me to get out that marriage. In every way I tried to stay, and he still kept telling me to leave. It was even a couple of times where my ex-husband said, God has been telling me to stop mistreating you. He said this to me. And I was like, so why don't you stop mistreating me? And he would shrug his shoulders like, I don't know. If the Most High God is telling you to stop abusing your wife and you still, you don't take it as a warning, to stop doing that, what does that say about you? You're a reprobate and you're a stony heart person. And so what am I supposed to do? Wait, hope, pray? Oh, God is going to change his heart. It doesn't work like that. In order for God to change a person's heart, that means that that person already had to have had something in them, that a desire to change. And most narcissists don't change. And so we really have to stop playing around with our lives and really look at the character of God. Study the Word, and you will see the character of God. You will see the person that he ordained for you, and the person that you're married with, if they're a narcissist, is not the same person. And I coach people who have been in it 30 plus years, and it's devastating. It's devastating to see the pain and the trauma that they've been subjected to, all because they're listening to a scripture, but they're not even taking it in the context of, did God put me with this person? People can marry trees now. People's trying to marry their pets and all this other perversion that God never ordained. God ordained marriage for a man and a woman from the very beginning. Now, if you're a man, you're a woman, and you're married, that still doesn't mean that God ordained you guys. Because if you both have a purpose in the Lord, he would have already prepared you before you met. That's one of the ways you know if that's your kingdom spouse. You already know what your purpose is. You already know why you were born. He already knows why he was born. Man and woman come together, and you guys fulfill the will of God on this planet. You guys are kingdom people, and you will raise and produce kingdom children. People don't think like that today, though. Oh, the wedding is beautiful. Oh, yeah, we bought a house and blah, blah, blah. But nobody, it's rare that I hear godly couples talking about why God put them together, the purposes to do his will on the planet. These people get married, and it's like, oh, we go to church together. Okay, that's nice, but that's not purpose. That's fellowship, which is good. God tells us to do that, but that's not the purpose of you guys coming together. And it's not just to produce children. We are to reflect the character of God back to everybody we meet on the planet. We don't get married just, oh, I'm happy, and no, it's not only for that. And I wanted my marriage to last a lifetime. That was my full intention. I wanted it to last forever, but it didn't. And it wasn't because I didn't try. I put my whole heart, soul, everything into it. Pray, fast, interceding. I did everything to save it. He even went to counseling. We got counseling together. And God just was looking at me like, I didn't ordain you to marry that man. I was in rebellion and idolatry. There were so many spiritual signs that God was showing to me that wasn't his will for me, but he honored it because I said that's what I wanted. God can't go against our will. That would be witchcraft. That would be manipulation. And the Bible speaks against that. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on with me. And I've been healing and reflecting. I didn't forget about you guys. I love y'all so much. Oh my God, I miss coming on every week. I will be doing it again soon. Sometime in August, probably like the second week in August, I'm going to go back on because I'm still, like I said, I'm creating these incredible programs for you guys, because I want y'all to heal and I want y'all to build the intimacy with God, because that's the thing that's going to be able to sustain you as you go forward and to really help you to heal from narcissistic abuse. Therapy is great, but you can only be fully healed and whole if you go to the Lord. And I have specific steps in my coaching programs that will allow you to do that. I also have created and still working on VIP coaching packages where I'll be able to fly out to your state to meet you one-on-one. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be good. I'm so excited. God has really been putting things in my heart. He's like, Juana, you just got to go to people's homes. You got to pray over them. You got to bless them. You got to. I'm like, yes. So, when God is using you in a great way, it will be times where he tells you to, decrease so he can increase in you. And people may not always understand that. Some people may have been upset about it. Like, why doesn't she come on? I'm telling you, I've been going through a lot of healing, a lot of purging old ways, mindsets, getting rid of stuff. New people have been coming into my life that have just been like destiny helpers, that just been loving on me. It's been so good. So yeah, so I moved to this beautiful place. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I love it. And I'm healing and I'm thriving and I'm creating. I miss you guys so much. Please like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I'm gonna be back on again very soon. And y'all gonna be seeing me all the time, and then y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, she's back. But leave a comment below. I love you guys. God bless y'all. I'm praying for y'all always. And just know I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. The Lord's just been really healing me up and putting me up in a place where I could have peace again. And so this move was a really good move. It was a big move. It was unexpected, but I had to take time to process. I'm still in the process of moving. Even though I'm in my new apartment, I'm still like bringing stuff from New York to here. I'm still like doing all that stuff. So it's a process, but it's good. I'm excited. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all soon.